you know, like you're like twerking. You know, I don't know how to word it, but like I would stand up, my ass is like sticking out, and like my hand is doing the slay thing, and then I turn around, I'd bite my finger, right, and I go like, eat my ass, and then I'd bite my finger, and then I'm like shaking my ass left and right, and I go like, eat it fast. So here's the story. I didn't do it in front of my parents. It was because my brother. Okay, me and my brother, when we are in front of our parents, right, we behave more. But if it's just me and my bro, we are very, very close. Like, me and my brother are very, very close. So we would have stims. Every now and then, me and my bro would stim. Like, how do I explain it? When you're in public, you know what I'm saying? You and your sibling are chill. Like, you're relaxed and you're feeling fine. But when it's just you and your sibling alone in a room, right, you're kind of more unhinged. So my favorite bit to do is I would sit there. Like, this is the thing I like to do. I'll be like, dude, I want to vent. My brother's like, what? I'm busy. And I'm like, I need a girlfriend to vent right now. And my brother, this is how I can explain it, right? My brother would be sitting down on his desk. Keep in mind, he's a med student, so he's fucking busy. And he's studying, and I'm like, I need to vent about something. I need a girly pop right now to vent. He would like put his book down, cross his legs, spin the chair around and go, what's wrong, girl? Like, we have a thing. I don't know how to explain it, but we have like this thing going on. So when my brother needs to vent to me, like, I'd be on the bed, I'm laying down, I'm on my phone. My brother's like, dude, I need to talk about something. I'd be like, yeah? And he's like, no, like, I need to talk about something, but like, you have to act nonchalant about it. I would sit down, I start man-spreading. You know, like, I would sit on the corner of my, like, bed. I man-spread, right? And then I put my elbows on my knees. You know, the sitting, the thinking emote? I'm thinking, I'm like, what's up, bro? Tell me, what's wrong? What ails thee? Tell me about your travels. So that's kind of the vibe. Like, I pretend to be like yo, dude, what's up? Let me know, man. I become that. But my brother, to me, he crosses his leg and goes like, what's wrong, girl? Let me know right now. What's happening? So we have like random stims every now and then. And at that time, me and my brother, his stim was... This is kind of bad. But at that time, his stim was the James Charles, like the, hey, sisters! You know, I can't stop laughing because I can picture his fucking face. I want you to know. Wait, I can find the video. I can't explain this to you. I have to find it. Wait. Just so you know exactly what I'm talking about. James Charles flashbang. There is this video of James Charles, like, you hear the pipe bomb sound come off, it flanks bangs you, and then like James Charles like jump scares you and he goes, hey, sisters! And that's all that video is. I can't find it. Ugh. I literally can't find it, and I don't know why. It's literally just like a pipe bomb, a flash bang, and he goes, hey, shit! So that's what my brother was stimming, right? So my brother kept doing that. Every time I'm like spacing out, he would look at me, and I would see him look at me, and I'd look at him, and I'm like, are we doing a like staring competition? And then he would just like leap forward, and he goes, hey, sister! Like that. That's what my brother does. And my stim, it was anything else, right? So one of the times, like, I entered the room, and I thought that my brother was only gonna be in the room. Like, I thought, because I entered my brother's room, and I thought my brother was gonna be there, and just my brother. So I opened the door. I instantly, like, turned around, right? Like, this is a POV. I'm walking to my brother's room. I opened the door. I instantly turned around. And then I start twerking, and I go, eat my ass! Eat it fast! And then I turn around to bite my finger. And to my utter horror and dismay, my mother and father was sitting right there. And to my utter horror and dismay, my mother and father was sitting right there. Ooh, and I was like, hey mom, hey dad. The always knock scenario. Brother, we are Asian, okay? It's either you are grateful to have a door. Nah, I've had this conversation with people before. There's people like, that's so rude. Do your parents not knock before they enter your room? Actually, Bethany, it's a privilege that I even have a door. And they're like, what do you mean? It's like, listen, bitch, what do you mean? How dare your parents not knock in your door? If I asked my parents to knock on my door, they would either respond with, who the fuck do you think you are? Or, you want me? You're setting rules in my home that I paid for. Or, you hate me. Exactly. They would either just remove my door, or they go, how dare you tell me what to do in my home with my door. One time, chat. Actually, I have a horrible story to tell you. Oh my god, I have a genuine, honest to god, horrible fucking story that I will fess up because I thought it was so fucking funny. In hindsight, at that time, I was mortified. But now it's funny. Have your parents... Okay, honest question, chat. Have your parents ever walked in on you doing something you probably shouldn't have done? Real question. Were you jorking it? No, that's not a question. I'm asking you first. No, yeah, no, yeah. Some people say yeah, some people say no. Pillow on lap type shit. Chat. Are you ready for the funniest... Not funniest, but I have a story time to tell you. Let me moisten my vocal cords a little bit. Or I blow my nose. 1 second. Alright, sorry. There's a bunch of dust, I think, going on around right now. The air pollution's been kind of nasty, so it's kind of triggering my allergies. So, chat. Little story time. Story time! When I was younger... Oh my god, this is gonna be a horrible, horrible, horrible story. When I was younger, one of my closest friend... we were one of those, like... Okay, back then, liking anime is horrible. Okay? Like, if you like anime, at that point, you only have 3 choices, which is Naruto, One Piece, or Bleach. And if you like either one of them, you are considered, like, bottom of the barrel. I am talking, like, the worst a human can evolve. You are so nasty, right? It's like, if you tell people, it's like, guys, I like anime. It's basically like wearing a sign that goes, pull my undies, bro. Like, it is the worst thing you can ever do. So, it's a secret, right? No one is supposed to know that you like anime. And when you find someone else that likes anime, you click. Like, even though you might not like them as a person, you just click. It's like a solidarity thing. It's like when someone finds another person that's into the same thing, you're like, yeah, no, we're friends now. So I have a friend that we started bonding at first because of Vocaloid. So I really liked Vocaloid at that time. I was on Nico Nico Doga. If you don't know what Nico Nico Doga is, that was like YouTube, like Japanese YouTube. People would upload videos, mostly like Vocaloid shit, right? So at that time, like, I was on Nico Nico. I really like Vocaloid, all that good shit. This was during the time people would be like, oh, I like Vocaloid. What episode are you in? And you have to sit there and you're like, you don't know what you're talking about. It's like, oh, I love Hatsune Miku. I love like episode 2 of Hatsune Miku. It's like, you don't know what you're talking about, brother. Shut the fuck up, right? It's one of those. So I found a friend and we bonded over Vocaloid. And this is the worst part of the story. My friend started getting into Tumblr. So I started getting into Tumblr. Like, we are, if you think about, oh, you like Vocaloid, you like anime, you were on Nico Nico Doga, best believe my ass was on Tumblr and Archives of Our Own. Like, the AOT shit, brother. Like, best believe my ass was on that too, right? So that's just a little context. The AO3. I call it Archives of Our Own because
you got scammed.
It's just funny. But I was on AO3. I was on Tumblr. Let me think what else I was on. Drugs? Not even. I was on a lot. I was on a lot. I just saw what Madison said. Madison, you'll never believe where the story is going to go. Weirdly enough, I've never been on 4chan. 4chan wasn't a big thing at that time. Like, in my area, the big thing was AO3 for fanfics and Tumblr for fan art. And 9gag, I was on 9gag. That is true. I was also in just for gags, or just for gags. Now, you'll never believe this, but my friend got dragged into the Homestuck rabbit hole. It's very ironic that Madison brought up Homestuck, but it's true. Let's just call my friend Madison, right? Because I'm gonna borrow your name because you brought it up first. Let's just say my friend's name is Madison. One day, out of the blue, they told me, they were like, hey, Michi, I'm into this new thing. And I'm like, what is it? And they showed me Homestuck. Now, if you want to know, Homestuck, they look like pimples. Like, they are creatures. They're chibi creatures that look like pimples. They don't look cute. They don't look hot. But holy fucking shit, the Homestuck art is just them hot. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture. For those that don't know, actually, chat, who in chat do not know what Homestuck is? Genuine question. Who here do not know what
Should have
Homestuck
probably
is?
been on meds SMH.
Bro, me, I don't know. Oh, alright. Let me see if I can find a picture of what Homestuck looks like. Here you go. This is Homestuck. These are the characters in Homestuck. Right? So many youngster. Now, let me just show you what the fan arts usually look like. 1 second. Let me just save some pictures so I can show you. Just one moment. It's just so hard to pick from the bajillion that exists out here already. Alright, sick. Remember, this is what they look like, canonically, the characters. This was the fan art that were produced of the Homestuck characters. Wait. Wait. Now, if you can see, right, there is a slight difference in aesthetic. Just a little bit. Just a teeny tiny little difference, right? Of what the characters look like and how people drew them to be. Just a little bit. Very slight. No, it gets worse, by the way. Like, this is the one I can find on Google, but there are some really, and I'm talking fucking hot as fuck, Homestuck fan art. Like, genuinely, Homestuck was made so people will not get horny over them. But people were so horny anyway, they would draw the hottest, and I mean hottest, fan arts of these characters. Now, my friend was into the Homestuck rabbit hole. To the point that she started talking to a lot of people, right? And basically, let me see if I can find a picture of this. There is a character in Homestuck. I forgot their name. I was never really into the Homestuck thing, though. But she started talking to a lot of people. She started flirting with a bunch of people on Tumblr. Because that's where all the Homestuck people were at that time. And she couldn't stop talking to me about this one guy that she had a big crush on. Not because of his looks. Not because of his personality. But because his username, well, his real name, is the name of a character of someone in Homestuck. Let me see if I can find their name. I can't remember what it is. But it was basically their name is the same name of the character in Homestuck, right? And I was like, and keep in mind, Homestuck character names are literally like Dave. Like, Their name is like Dave. There's a guy whose name is Dirk Strider. Like, they're the most basic ass fucking names to exist. So I'm like, you know what? I digress. But I wanted my friend to be happy. So there I was, little old me, learning how to draw, right? And because we are in this fandom, drawing is very common. So I was trying to learn how to draw, and I had my little sketchbook up. And I had like my pictures because people made Homestuck OCs. Now this is going to be so cringe, but people would make Homestuck OCs, like original characters, and self-insert themselves into the Homestuck universe. And my friend had that, and the person they were flirting with had that too. And I thought the sweetest thing I could do as a friend is I will draw art of both of them together, right? Like, I'll do my best to draw fan art of my friend and this person that they were flirting with. I'll draw their OCs, their Homestuck OCs together that they can post on Tumblr, all that good shit. But I don't know anything about Homestuck. I don't know how to draw very well. You know, I was still a kid and I'm just doing my best. So I decided I am going to learn. And I did. I don't know anything about Homestuck still, but I have read, seen everything. So many fan arts, fan comics, fan fics. I went into the rabbit hole because I really, really wanted to give my friend a present. Now, one fateful day, at that time, I didn't have a laptop. What I did have was my dad's Nokia Flip. If you don't know what the Nokia Flip looks like, at that time it was revolutionary because the screen was bigger than the size of your thumb, right? But you can store pictures on your Nokia Flip. And I have pictures that my friends would send over, like my friend sent over about Homestuck, and I used that as reference. And there I was, like, trying to draw art. And as I was drawing, you know, it's really hard. Nowadays, if you want to find reference, you can Google it, right? You want to like reference, like pose girl bending over, and then you Google it and boom, you get a reference. But back then, it is so difficult to just do that, right? Because technology has not advanced yet. So what I would do to get certain angles is I would either look at myself in the mirror or take a picture of myself and I will pose, and that will be the reference. So if I want the pose to be like a girl like bending over, right? Like on the guy from that angle, I will take a picture of myself and use that as reference for myself. So to my utter shock and horror and dismay, my mother swings my door wide open. There I was. I'm not a pant wearer at home. I've never really been used to wearing pants, right? But I swear that's not weird. I just don't usually wear pants at home. There I was. My dad's phone on my desk. Me in front of the phone. I'm talking flash and all. Bent over. Ass to the phone. I looked at my mom. My mom looked at me, and then chick-crick. You can hear it because they don't have the silent button. So you just hear the chick-crick flash from the phone. And my mom was so convinced that I was talking to a boy. She was so convinced that I was talking to a boy. And the boy was trying to make me send like sexy pictures of myself to him. And I didn't have the balls to tell her that that's not the case, because the real situation was I was trying to draw my friend's Homestuck OC shipped with my friend's crush's Homestuck OC, and I was just doing my best to make fan art of it, because one excuse sounds like an excuse and the other one is a lie. So I sat there and she was like, "Who is the boy you're talking to?" And I was like, "It's a boy from the internet." It was like, "So you're sending nude pictures of yourself to people online?" And I sat there and I went, "I'm sorry, Mom. I understand better now. I learned." And I doubled down. And I just said yes. Because honestly, chat, I am not sitting there and I go, no, mother. The truth is I'm using this as a reference to draw my friend's Homestuck OC shipped with her crush's Homestuck OC. And then I have to sit there and show her what Homestuck is. I am not gonna do that. And that, Joel, was how my mom walked in on me taking a nude. It's really not a nude, but my mom thinks it's a nude, and
to be fair,
it's a nude
they
now.
were drawn in normal form in the comic, as well, during some of the major points in the story / but yes, the fan art typically outclassed the original art by Andrew Hussey by a mile from the fandom also. Leaked Michi Homestuck drawing when?
Absolutely not. Does Mom Michi know the truth?
I don't
no.
have only Van Mock Ivy.
I'm telling you. Keep in mind, by the way, right? That this has happened more than once. My mom at one point genuinely was so convinced that I am just taking a lot of nudes, but that is just not true. Like, this has happened 3 times in my life where my mom thought I was taking nudes to send to someone. The first one was the Homestuck OC thing. You've done it again? To be fair, this one... Okay, this is so bad. This was even worse. This one, it was actually even worse because it's actually really fucking embarrassing. I wasn't trying to take a nude. I was just trying to look good. But apparently, I just looked so fucking bad that my mom thought it was a nude. I still think about this till this day. Like, you know, back then, chat, people take selfies by, like, pointing the camera literally towards your forehead. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are angles to a selfie, right? Back in the early 2000s, the OP selfie strat is you hold your phone above your forehead, like the high angles, but I am literally talking high angle, you know? And then you look up, right? Like, you're supposed to look up and then you do like the duck face or like the tongue sticking out. Like your bangs are kind of covering half your damn face anyway, so all they see is your hair. Yeah, it's like a very specific type of angle. Like when I say high angle, nowadays, the high angle of this generation was not as high as the angle of my generation. So it's like, you take it high up, right? And you're like, you put it into sepia, you put the sepia filter on and shit. So I was trying to take a selfie like that, and I wear glasses, right? So obviously, if you're taking a selfie from that high, and then you look up with glasses, it kind of looks like... Let me see if I can duplicate the image. Glasses. Like this. Hold on. Like, this is how you normally wear glasses, right? If you take a selfie, it kind of looks like this. You know what I'm saying? Like the glasses are down, right? So I tried to take a picture because I really wanted to be part of the girls and I want to look hot or whatever the fuck. And I tried my best to duplicate the pictures that I saw on Tumblr. According to my mom, I looked like a slutty teacher. And she was so convinced that I was taking nudes because I was wearing a tank top at that time. And because my glasses were down like this, I looked like a slutty teacher. And she was convinced I was flirting with someone. So that was also an equally fun time in my life. And until now, like, I don't know why that comment stuck with me forever. Like, if I take a picture and my glasses are anywhere, like, down here, I hate the picture instantly. Like, I don't explain it. Do I think the angle's bad? No. If my picture, it's like that, hell no. All I think about now is just my teacher, and it pisses me off. The other time was normal. Like, the other time was my mom walked in on me beating my meat. But, like, I'm gonna be honest, chat. Okay, people are like, what? Like, let's be real. Having your parents walk in on you beating your meat is a very normal fucking thing. So, that's a normal story. Like, that one's easier to explain. My mom's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, nothing. And she was like, what are you doing? Little... Miss ma'am, what are you doing under those shades? And I'm like, nothing, mom, nothing. And then I do the shimmy of shame. It's a good shit. Back in my day. I remember I told my mom, I was like, Mom, is it okay if you knock on my door? And she was like, sure. That was shocking. She was like, okay, starting from today, I will always knock on your door before I enter your room. Because I told her, like, Mom, I'm an adult now and I need my privacy, right? Like, what if I want to change my clothes, you know? And my mom doesn't open the door like small. Like, she's not like a creak, hello? Like, she's not like that. My mom is the type that would kick the door wide open. Like, I'm talking the world, the neighbors, the neighbors' friends, they will all see what I am doing in my room because of how wide my mom opens the door. So like, my mom is the type that opens it like that, right? So I'm like, Mom, can you please like either knock on my door or like open it slowly? Because, you know, I'm growing up, right? This is during the time where, you know, your body is developing, right? And then you're growing, you know, you're developing parts, right? Like your boobs. And you're starting to feel the sense of shame. Back then when you're younger, I don't really care if like I'm running around the house naked. But at one point in your life, you give a shit. So I'm like, all right, Mom, I'm growing and I want some privacy, especially when I'm changing and stuff like that. Can you please knock on my door or open it slowly? She was like, you know what? Okay, I will do that. And for those of you asking if she did do that, no. You know what she does do? She would open my door wide open. I'm talking like, FBI, open up! Like, she would wide open that fucking door. And after the door is basically just a fucking gaping hole, then she will knock. So, like, that's the logic, right? If you don't understand, picture this. Door is already wide open. She would stand in the hallway and knock on the wide open door. So, like, she'll be like, I knocked, didn't I? And I'm like, right. Right. So, for those that are like, why don't you ever lock your room? It's not a habit. Okay? We are Asian, brother. If you ask for them, like if you ask for to be able to lock your bedroom door, you are dead. You can't do that. There was a time in my life where I don't even have a door. Oh, the good old times. The good old times when they took my door away. And it wasn't even because I did anything wrong. It's because they needed a door. They broke their door off the hinges and they were like, I'm gonna borrow your hinge. And I'm like, then my door doesn't work. And they're like, we'll get a hinge for you later. So then I just didn't have a door for a while. They didn't need the door. They need the hinge of my door. I'm like, that's okay. To be fair, I don't really... That's kind of unhinged. That's life, man. I never really needed privacy too much, to be fair. Like... Most of the time, I'm not doing anything that I'm ashamed of, right? The only times I do is when I beat my meat. And I'm gonna be real with you, chat. I don't beat my meat that often to be afraid of it. Like, if I'm the type that beats my meat every fucking day, I would live in a constant state of fear. But I beat my meat, like, not that often, so I don't really have to worry. I've only ever been caught once, and even then, she didn't really, like, see it. You know, she was like, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. And I did my shimmy of shame and then I changed the topic. Like, it's whatever. It's one of those like, hey. Oh. I like the door for the sense of liking my own space more than for shame. I feel like if my parents were the type to be like, we will give you your own privacy, then I would probably grow up the same. But I don't. So, I don't really care too much about it. We don't really have like a privacy thing going around in our family. I'm gonna be real with you. I like the door so I can sleep. 1 decibel knock, 5 nanoseconds of waiting, rips door and door frame right off the wall.
Quick word from our sponsor. Me, myself and I. We have a new Gamer Subs flavor out now called Kissy Kissy Passion that tastes just like me. What? A delicious passion fruit mango. So yum yum. Try for yourself today. Thanks!
Oh, happy anniversary, Numi!
Sorry, I just forgot to turn my anime mode on.
Oh,
Anyways, you just reminded me that today's the day.
the day? Friday?
Yes! Friday the 20th, the day my 5-year anniversary merch drop goes live.
Aw, shit!
Yes, sir. For a limited time, you can grab a special anniversary cup, a shirt, tech deck, and a skateboard.
Norway.
But wait, there's more. You also have a limited time to grab my favorite piece of merch, the work jacket. God, I love it so much.
Oh my god, I'll take 20.
No.
Why?
But you guys watching can. Grab yours now while they're still available.
Yippee! Why can't I get one?
Because you fucking suck.
No, you suck.
You
Girl, I got
Guys, are you a Noomba? Or do you like hot ladies, hot demon ladies? First of all, ladies nuts in your mouth. You can use code Numi. It's code Numi, right? Is it code Numi? It has to be code Numi. Why would it not be code Numi? For 10% off! So you get some pre-order on the V-cards because Numi's is in set 3 as well. You can try and get your hands on some Numi V-cards so that next time you go on a meet and greet, you can ask her to sign them. But also check out Kissy Kissy Passion. It is literally my favorite flavor in Gamer Subs. So, if you like passion fruits, check out Kissy Kissy Passion. For your daily caffeinated drink, and if you don't like caffeine, there's a caffeine-free version too. It's sugar-free. It has daily nutrition in there too, so you should check that out.